Hello, hello, and welcome to the Beaker Show. It has certainly been a minute, but welcome in. We'll play some D&D today. Just kind of a heads up because there's been quite a break in some of the streams recently and some of the videos being published. We've had some family crises going on with my dad, so I've been spending a lot of time with Beaker Senior here recently, just because things are going downhill fast. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to stream a whole lot, but we'll get back to it in the near future. But we will at least have some D&D from time to time, and today is one of those days. So we're going to jump in today with session 91, I believe. And yeah, we're going to see where our adventurers are and see where they're headed next. We're starting to get to some of the in-game content here, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what our adventurers run into in this world that is a little stark in comparison to what it was before. So we'll go ahead and bring our characters in here. We'll give you all a little recap, and then we'll get things rolling. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. All right, so bringing everybody back in here. The last couple sessions have been a little chaotic, so we'll step back in time just a little bit here to make sure everybody's caught up. So a few sessions ago, you guys, our adventurers, had met with the first Aboleth, a individual known as Cathot, who kind of let you in on some of the plans and some of the details about what was going on in your world. Some things that you guys figured out, just a quick rundown, was that Cathot, the first Aboleth, was the original Aboleth who had been in a fight with the gods in times way back in the past that kind of decided what the universe looked like today. The gods then sealed the Aboleths into rock and stone, and those stones and those prisons became planets for a lot of them. Specifically, the earth that you inhabit, the earth that you live on, was the cell for Cathot himself. Through a series of events that you're uncertain exactly how it transpired, Cathot was awakened. And through his awakening, he began to plot a way to get back at the gods. He ended up teaming up with the god Tiamat, who was imprisoned in hell because they had some similar thought lines, some similar goals, in wanting to remove the pantheon of gods. So they created a tenuous or arduous relationship where they began to try and control some of the lesser gods and try and find a way to bring back some powerful artifacts from way back beyond, to try and both cleanse the world and cleanse the heavens at the same time. You guys, our adventurers, had been kind of working on this yourself. The plot line that you guys originally had stumbled upon was that Tiamat was trying to awaken her and Bahamut's son. They had a child that had the potential to ruin the world and destroy the heavens, and it was put to sleep. Bahamut, having done so with a very powerful artifact that he crafted, unable to bring about the death of his child, he instead put him into an eternal slumber using this artifact, and then broke it into pieces, safeguarding each of them with one of his most trusted champions at the time, which eventually fell into history. As you guys learned that Tiamat was trying to reassemble this so that she could awaken Ho'anau, their child, you guys began to try and beat her to the punch and try and collect these pieces of this artifact before she could. Luckily, you managed to get the first one in the Feywild, though the next two were taken from under your noses as you were beaten out just a little bit by Lord Cryo. Eventually finding yourselves chasing Cryo down in order to try and take what you could and learn what you could, you did eventually fell him, though he did not have all of the pieces. You guys managed to keep a hold of the one artifact you had and began your search for the rest, uncovering this Cathat and finding that he had come into possession of the other two of the three pieces that you needed. So, after meeting with Cathat, after hearing of his plans to destroy the universe and learning that he was intentionally using Tiamat, that he did not necessarily plan on keeping her around, and that he was using these silver bands, these silver, almost like tiaras, you could say, to control people. He was also controlling an elder brain that had currently or previously resided in the area that he now lived, and that is probably going to play a big part. He had some circlets on many of the world leaders, a lot of the kings and queens of surrounding areas here on the Sword Coast. But at the end of this conversation, you guys made a quick escape, realizing it was a little too much for you to try and take him on right now. Though, as you were exiting, you saw the other two pieces of your artifact, and you sent Callie back on an espionage mission to try and get these other two pieces and get out as quickly as she could. Her adventure was shaky at best, but successful. She managed to bring back the two pieces to you in the Feywild, whereupon you guys started to think about how you could use this weapon, how it was best utilized, how to construct this weapon, what it would mean to put it back together, and realizing you didn't have a whole lot of clue. Which is what brought us to a little more recent events. After resting in the Feywild, you guys used your plane, after resting in the Feywild, you saw that there was a rip in the heavens. You came to realize that Hell had been broken somehow, and that presumably Tiamat is now missing from her prison within Hell. This definitely shook you a little bit as you made your way back to the material plane, with your sights set on Candlekeep, a place of knowledge to try and go and see if you could find any additional information in the restricted section on this artifact. Upon arriving back in the material plane and having some conversations with some of the people at Candlekeep, you quickly came to realize it's been about 6 months since you absconded to the Feywild. A lot of things have happened. A lot of those world leaders and a lot of those people that had those silver headbands on were now missing. They were no longer where they should be, and no one knew of their current location. A lot of people with headbands began to seek shelter in places that were magically protected, Candlekeep being one of them. You were told that quite a few refugees were being safe kept here in a room where they could be watched, but also guarded and helped. You guys made your way through Candlekeep, sticking to your mission, made it through into the restricted section, and managed to meet Xanathar, a interesting beholder, a keeper of knowledge, who happened to have the information you were looking for, as the book that once contained it was missing some pages. You can only begin to guess who and why those pages might have been removed. But being the collector he was, he had already made a copy, and he offered to trade you that information for some magical items. You guys did so and took those with you as you teleported once again through plane shift to Tyr's throne room, a place you had been in the past that was relatively safe and relatively cut off from a lot of deities. It was a fairly barren area. You guys took some time there to read through these instructions and figure out how to put this weapon together, nearly failing and exploding yourselves a couple of times. You eventually managed to piece this artifact together. You took some time to test it out, shooting it, realizing that utilizing this weapon required you to sacrifice a certain amount of your own health, a certain amount of your own life force to do damage. You also then realized that the life force that you sacrificed for that weapon could not be regained until you had a long rest. So mechanically, just to remind you guys, you have this weapon, you spend your own health points up to whatever your maximum health points are. Whether or not you have that many available, something could happen, but you can spend up to your maximum health points to deal damage. You then lose that much health at least, and you can't regain it until you have a long rest. So, upon figuring out that information, you guys realized you didn't have a whole lot more to go on. You needed to gather some information. You needed to take some time to figure out what was going on in the world. So, one of the top priorities for at least one of your group was to check in with Zanzidar's family. That was something that you realized you wanted to do. Zanzidar definitely wanted to do. You weren't sure how much information you'd get out of it, but it was a priority for him. So you guys plane shifted once again, this time taking some damage, realizing that hell was seeping into all of the planes of existence. You managed to find yourselves here in Zayasnak, which was interesting given that magic used to not really work in this area, but given that the magic conduit creature had been shunted off into a distant astral realm, things would begin to stabilize. So you spent some time around the desert town of Zayasnak, checking in with Zanzidar's family, checking in with each other, with yourselves a little bit, trying to reach out to the gods to see what you could figure out. So, some things that you figured out is that the gods themselves are in various states of being. Some things that you picked up on is some of the gods seem to be under control already. That they're starting to not necessarily fall, but are being mind controlled or being taken over in some way. You can only assume by the combined efforts of Cathat and Tiamat. This certainly shook you to your core a little bit, but you steadied yourself and we're still working on a plan, because there's not a whole lot you can do to help the gods other than trying to take out the source. So, but you're not sure where the source is yet. So a few things went into motion. A lot of small tidbits were dropped for things that you guys could work on as you're trying to just gather some information and see what you could do. You guys also took a spa day. You went and joined Zanzidar's mother at a local traveling spa, which was a, we'll call it almost like a food truck setup for a spa that you guys had visited once in the desert that definitely seemed to have something else going on, but you decided to save that for later, at least at that point. But you guys visited them, had a nice day to relax and kind of regain yourselves. Upon there, you guys started to put your head together over dinner at Zanzidar's place as to where to head next. Some things that you guys had thought about, just to put it back in your mind, were, and this is just a very brief overview of the things that I had. I'm sure you guys might remember some smaller stuff too, but there were thoughts of checking out the spa, the home base of the spa, since it was definitely odd that they were here and you guys knew something was up. There was thoughts of checking in on Callie's parents, because you knew they were of nobility, and a lot of nobility are missing. You're not sure if they're still around or not. There were thoughts of checking in with the Scaly Eyes. There were thoughts of looking at the ruins of Ravnica, which you guys know are currently blocked off from general view. A lot of people are being pushed away or turned away from exploring them. You have also heard that a few messengers have been by, calling themselves Ebd, EBD, who you guys know is the Elder Brain Dragon you had offered to help get rid of Cathat in order to give him his home back. You're not really sure what he's looking for or where he's even at this moment, as you have not made it back to Neverwinter yet, but there were thoughts of checking in there as well. There were thoughts of checking in on Hell to see if you could confirm the presence of Tiamat or not. There were also casual mentions of checking in on other cities. As you know, Neverwinter and Arlani, being the two you're most connected to, are certainly missing their nobles and might be in some stage of panic, but you are also aware that many other cities are missing their nobles, and you're not sure what's going on there either. So plenty of things for you guys to consider, a lot of places you could go. Pretty much the world is your oyster as you are just trying to gather as much information you can about what's going on and hopefully use it to figure out where to head next. So, I know that's a lot, and we usually jump right into the session here, but I didn't do a recap with you guys before we went live, so we'll take a few minutes here to check in with our players, check in with you guys, see if you have any questions, anything you want to go over above table. And once we all feel satisfied with that, we can jump into character and get moving. So, with that being said, if there's anything you want me to go back over or anything you have questions about, now is the time. So I'll open the floor to you guys. Anything hitting your heads that you want to talk about?
Nope, not for me.
No, nothing for me.
I don't think so.
Cool. Makes my job easy. So, we'll go ahead and pick up then. Check your character sheets. Make sure you all have hit long rest. Because the end of our last session, you guys had finished dinner and were bedding down. I believe you took some guest bedrooms at Zanzidar's place. Otherwise, you could have easily found an inn. But you all did.
Yeah, we found an inn.
Okay.
Because didn't want to endanger the family.
Gotcha. Okay. So you guys found a local inn, easily priced. Nothing you guys have to worry about paying for. I mean, you did pay for it, but you got enough gold that it really wouldn't matter. So, after getting a long night's rest, all of you are awakening on this next fine, beautiful morning here in the desert town of Zayas Nok. So, just to set the scene, it's a bright, lovely day. Not a cloud in the sky. As many of you look out your window, you can once again see the tear in the heavens, the blackish line that is seeping with red energy that has spider-webbed its way across the skies here of the Sword Coast, is definitely still there, is definitely expanding slowly. It's not too terribly different than it was the day before, but certainly still present. And the day is yours. So as you all awaken, I'm assuming head down for a complimentary continental breakfast. I'll turn it over to you guys.
Oh, complimentary.
Woohoo!
Fun.
It is continental though, so it's kind of like the tiny box of Cheerios.
Aw. Man.
And the waffles are only maybe 2 or 3 inches in diameter.
Alright. So, we just visited my family. Where did you guys want to go next?
Well, we also technically have just visited my family, though I guess it has also, been like 6 months somehow, whatever that means. We have not checked in on Aiden's home in a very long time.
Who does he have there? I thought all his relatives were dead.
I think that is true, but we have not gone to see the state of Aralani.
Suppose we could go there. How far is the walk? Or are you planning on flying?
We could fly, but it would still take a while. Probably a few days. Is there something on the way? Bink, do we want to stop in Dinklewood? I'm not good at geography. I don't know if that is on the way or not.
I can fill you in really quick. The straightest path back to anything remotely close to Aralani, because the desert where you're at is way far north of Neverwinter. Your quickest route back is to head straight south towards the outskirts of Neverwinter, and then Neverwinter is the westernmost point that you guys have been. So Dinklewood is to the northeast, and Aralani is farther east from Neverwinter.
Here, let me pull out a map. That will help.
So to put it into perspective, if you were to use your wind walk,
Yeah.
you could exit the desert to the north within a day, which would put you maybe a few hours travel away from Neverwinter. To the south, a couple hours away from Dinklewood, which would be straight east from the exit, or about a day away with Windwalk again to get to Aralani.
Okay. So, based on this, I'm very good map reader. Definitely. As she turns it around because she was looking at it upside down. Looks like we could stop in maybe Neverwinter and take a small detour to Dinklewood and then maybe go to Aralani after that. That would be the most logical, I think.
Bink just looks on the map and he's like, okay, yeah, I can.
Last time I remember, we were wanted people over in Neverwinter. Did you want to try and sneak in?
That might be best. Although sneaking is not my personal strong suit.
Right.
Do you have thoughts on how we would sneak?
Not necessarily. I mean, we know that their sewers. I mean, I'm assuming we're going to Neverwinter to check on Callie's family.
Right.
The exit to the sewers was somewhere out in the mountain, right? So we would have to find that entrance and then travel the sewers all the way to Callie's family house again.
Sounds stinky.
It's doable. Not really. I mean, technically, we could teleport directly into her house, too. But who knows how much time we're going to lose by plane shifting all over the Sword Coast, basically.
Right, and it's getting more and more painful. Perhaps we save that for emergencies when we need to get out quickly rather than... do we have a way to get a hold? So here's the thing. We know we're wanted in Neverwinter, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get in there. We don't know what the situation is in Dinklewood or in Aralani. Do we want to instead focus on maybe trying to get to, like, say, Dinklewood since it's a little closer? Because we could theoretically maybe just walk in the front door and be like, hello, friendly people, we love you. Thank you for visiting. Here is some apple juice. Or...
I mean, they're closed in regardless. They don't really care.
And then maybe we save Mission Impossible for, like, last. Just in case we get fucked up and then we're, like, trapped.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Alright. I'm glad I thought of it.
Well, and assuming that this Cathot has a hold on at least the human population, being Aralani and Neverwinter, maybe we go to Dinklewood first.
Yeah, we know those gnomes are super hard to get a hold of.
No, it's just they're... No offense, Bink, but they're easily coerced.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like we have somewhat of a plan.
It was very impressive for us, actually.
Eh. I suppose so. We usually have a plan, and then once everything gets going, the plane gets thrown out the window.
Oh yeah, I'm fully expecting that to happen to this situation too.
So. I guess the next thing we need to do is decide whether we are flying out of the desert or grabbing a ship.
Calliope's eyes start dancing. Ooh, let's do a ship.
Okay.
Aiden has
Yeah.
been asleep for days, so he's not going to tell me I can't drive.
True. Yeah, I suppose we could do that.
Bink's just like,
We can probably use my folding boat.
Ooh.
Your folding boat. Does that have a
Remember-
sail on it?
is there like water near here so we can just like unfold it and like see what it looks like? Cause we've not used this boat for quite a while.
Yeah, there's like a lake in the middle of the town.
Alright, Bink's just gonna bring everyone towards it and see how big this thing gets. And the biggest thing it can get is unfolds into a ship 24 feet long and 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep. It has
Wow.
a deck, rowing boat, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast with a square sail.
Dope.
Yeah.
It can hold 15 medium creatures comfortably.
So you unfold your ship and you toss it in the lake in the middle of town, and it's a ship.
Does it look like it would go on sand like the rest of the sand ships here in my town?
Well, a big thing to note, the difference between a sailing ship and a sand ship. All of the sand ships have these ski-like runners attached to the bottom so that they can stay stable on the sand. Bink's ship does not have that.
Oh.
Could probably pay to have them attached, but his is a water ship. It does not have those skis on the bottom that would keep it stable on the sand.
Well, without upgrading this ship, it's not going to work for us. We
So-
could.
Saying this, you see an older-looking green dragonborn that's like currently sitting on a dock, like fishing, just kind of watching you guys. You need your ship upgraded. I know, guy.
You know, guy?
Yeah, we can add some runners to that bad boy.
Oh, he said he knows a guy. I thought he said he was the guy. I was like, hell no.
Well, hold on. We haven't confirmed he's not. So.
Can you show us this guy?
Oh yeah, I can take you to his house. It's my cousin.
Oh god.
You know, we just slap a couple runners on there. I bet you'd be good to go.
Okay.
How much is it gonna cost us?
How much you got?
A copper.
Probably more than that.
10 copper.
Maybe like 1,000 gold.
Wally's just
Insight
sitting
check.
there. She's like, or we could fly for free.
You can insight check him if you want.
11.
It's kind of hard to read. I mean, he wants the money. You think it might be a little steep, but you're not really sure. You've never done this before. You've never added sand runners to a sailing ship.
About how much time do you think it would take to put on the runner?
For that bad boy, maybe a couple, 2-3 hours.
2 or 3 hours. Okay. Well, let's figure out time frames then. Because flying it'd take us, what, maybe a few hours? A little bit more than that.
To leave the desert? Yes, right?
Yeah, so your flight lasts 8 hours, right?
Yes.
The spell.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of that 8 hours, you would be at the exit of the desert if you flew. If you take the sand runners, you're looking at a solid day and a half.
Zanzibar, why do you live so far away from everything?
Because usually it's pretty safe out here despite the giant sandworm and the oasis that you drink out of and shifts your brain.
Wait, I don't think I've heard that full story yet. We're gonna come back. We're gonna circle around to that one at some time.
Do we want to do the scenic route or do we want to go fast? I guess. Because it's not like we don't have the money, technically.
Technically. Does that mean we have the money, Xantadar, and you will gladly let us spend our money?
Yeah.
He says so.
Oh no. I mean, Bank is royalty and we're going to see his family, so he's probably gonna give, like, us another couple million gold, right?
Hey, if we do, we do. I can't guarantee anything.
For the record. Okay, Lolly's like, alright, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of flying? And she raises her hand. And she goes, all in favor of boat travel? And Calliope raises her hand.
Bank raises his hand.
For which one?
The second one.
The boat?
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to do the boat too.
Alright,
Plus, we
fine.
can upgrade it too, so why not?
Right? If we upgrade it, does that mean it still works in water?
Probably. Might be a little slower.
It's just water skis then.
Kind of
They were
worth
just
it.
saying.
It kind of glides on the water, if anything.
Alright. I was goofing off. Can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
Okay. Wally is feeling suspicious. Oh, man. 17?
Okay. You're feeling like he's throwing out some big numbers. He's maybe trying to get a little more than he really needs to get it done.
Alright, so if that's the case, Lolly is gonna walk up closer to him and say, "Listen here, buddy.
Oh, yo, what's up?
Me and my friends need to get somewhere fast and it's world ending. So you're gonna do it for us for 500.
What? What that? He thinks for a second. Yeah, okay.
Alright. Bink paid the man. No.
Yay!
You don't have to. You don't want to. Calliope will actually walk forward with the gold.
He says, all right, let's get it done. You guys want an air shell on there too? Or are you gonna make your own wind?
No, we'll take whatever it is you just said. I haven't done this before.
All right, that'll be another like 400.
I think you'll
I'm
do it
pretty
for
sure we had a
150.
way to make our own wind.
Oh, you want to do our own wind?
I'm pretty sure, didn't we?
No, I'll take 150. That's fine.
All right. Calliope will also pay the 150. Calliope, if you are talking about that, Calliope pulls out her fan that casts gusts of wind and says, "I could use this."
Right. Yeah. I think that's what it was.
It helped, but it certainly didn't do the major pushing. He goes, all right, well, let me go grab Jimmy. We'll get started on it.
All right.
You guys go have like some lunch or something.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna watch you work on it.
Well, you're welcome.
Actually, you know what? We could go grab lunch and then come back and watch you work on it.
That sounds great.
Awesome.
Good deal. Great idea, Zanzidar.
You see, he stands up and he starts packing up his tackle box and his fishing rod. He says, well, we'll be back. We'll get started in about the next 10, 15 minutes or so.
Okay. We'll be here.
All right. He begins to walk off towards town. You guys gonna go grab some lunch?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, as you guys walk back into the bazaar, you can see a myriad of places that you could eat from. A lot of street vendors, a lot of street foods. There's a couple of nicer sit-down restaurants that you could probably order takeout if you wanted to.
What does it sit down the restaurant?
I'm pretty sure it's where you go in and you sit down and eat like any normal tavern that we've ever been to.
All right.
Do you not have those in the Feywild?
Well, you know, we have stand at the bar restaurants.
Oh.
Seems like the same concept, but you know, we don't really do very many chairs in the at least in Forester's Glen.
Jen kind of speaks up.
Oh, yeah.
There is that one like new bar that has like the hammock things that you can swing in while you eat.
What now? What? Where are we eating? What?
Maybe you haven't been there yet. There's this new bar. It's, I don't know, it's like gastro something. They got a bunch of hammocks that the centaurs sit in, and they can like swing and relax while they eat these weird food made out of like seaweed and stuff.
What have you been doing while we were gone?
I don't know. I didn't eat there.
Huh.
It was all vegetarian crap.
Hey, don't hate on the veggies.
I'm not, but I gotta have meat. I'm a growing goblin.
Uh-huh. Lack of veggies is why your cousin is missing all his teeth.
I think it's probably more than that, but okay. You guys grab some munchies. And you're gonna go eat by the lake.
Have
Yep.
a little picnic. It'll be great.
As you make your way back, you see a whole like small army of green and blue and white dragonborns that all look like they need walkers. But you also see about 8 or 9 kegs of beer that have all been tapped.
Oh boy.
And you hear just a bunch of shouting. Hey, give me that board! What board? We're all out, but no, that one! Hey, where's the nails at? I think I ate them!
Oh no.
As this hodgepodge group of dragonborns is, in fact, attaching giant wooden and metal runners to the bottom of your ship, Bink. You can see that a couple of them are holding some sort of like spellcasting staffs that's actually keeping the ship hovering above the dock that they are working off of. As you approach the one that you had talked to earlier, the green one, kind of walks up and goes, oh, welcome back. We're getting pretty into it. We're about 20% of the way done.
Good deal.
You know, we could probably work a little faster if, you know, we had something better than this weird elven beer, but, you know, it's whatever. We get what we can take. It was cheap.
Looks to Aiden to offer up some of his fancy alcohol, but he's not here.
he's kind of sunken back like, nope. Nope. To this point, you see a couple dragonborns like fall off the ship and land in the water. You guys all right? Yeah, I just slipped, I think.
Oh dear.
I was right. This was a good show. Who wants to bet we'll get halfway out in the desert and then our ship will stop working?
You know, it's probably more likely than not.
As you're doing this, you can see as they begin to place the actual runners on. The mages are like, you can see a couple of dragonborns are on these like really rickety built like ladders and scaffolding that's just kind of on this wooden dock, kind of attaching things from below. And you see up above that there's a small group of dragonborns that are all holding 2 ropes that are dangling 2 other dragonborns up above to attach things from the top. And over the next, 40 or 50 minutes or so, there's a few mishaps as some dragonborns are dropped, some of the scaffolding breaks, and you see at least one dragonborn running around with a little medic cleric cap on. I'm coming, hold on.
Oh, they got everything. For her part, Calliope is trying to sneak some of this cheap elven beer.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Do I get my advantage from my elven shoes or no?
Yeah, they're not paying attention.
Oh, those aren't great. 26.
Okay, it tastes like stale water. I mean, there's a little bit of alcohol content in it, but it's kind of gross.
It's the thrill of getting it that's more important to her.
It's kind of like the Bud Light of fantasy beer.
I'm gonna say, is it Bud Light or is it Natty Light?
It's somewhere in between.
Okay.
As you guys watch over the course of the next hour and a half to 2 hours or so, there's plenty of injuries, plenty of OSHA violations. You're not really sure the quality of this craftsmanship, but eventually you see the mages begin to lower your boat back down into the water, and the dragonborn walks up to you guys and says, well, that's about it. That should probably get you a couple days worth of travel or so. Just make sure to keep up on it. Don't hit any big rocks or anything.
Yes, obviously. I mean, whoever wants to hit rocks with a ship.
It's not such a bad time.
I will take your word for it.
You don't see this, but Bank raised his hand for like a split sec when you said who would want to crash your ship into rocks, and then he put it back down.
But you know, if you're ever interested, we got this event. It's called Rough Boats. We set up like an obstacle course with like some ramps and some hills and some rocks and stuff. And I mean, you kind of do it when your boat's at the end of its life, and you see how far you can make it before you blow the thing into smithereens. It's a great time if you get a couple beers in you.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like once yearly.
Yeah, exactly. We're thinking about doing it twice, but it usually takes a couple of them fellas most of the year to recover from the one time, so...
Right.
Oh dear.
But we also got boat pools. That's kind of fun.
There's a lot of aquatic behavior for being in the middle of the desert.
Well, they're all sand ships.
Oh, right.
So, well, I'll leave it to you guys. You guys got a way to get this thing out of town?
I just assumed that Bink was going to fold it back up, carry it with us, and then unfold it out of town.
Yeah, I just click it 3 times and see if it folds.
It does. It
know.
folds right back up.
That.
And you watch as the Dragonborn you were working with kind of looks at the two mages, and he's like, "Well, shit. I guess they had it covered."
Oh no.
Well, all right. Well, if you need any, freshen ups, repairs, or anything, you just swing on back by.
Do you have a card or something?
A what?
You know, like so we know who to call.
Your business card.
Yeah.
My name's Jeff.
All right, Jeff.
Just ask
Hi, Jeff.
around. I know just about everybody here.
Write that down.
I'm Jeff, the ship guy.
Jeff, the ship guy.
Yep.
Jeff the ship guy. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff, the ship guy. Pleasure doing business with you.
You got it. Jeff, the ship guy, ship stuffs. We beat the ship out of you. I just made that up. Maybe I should work on it.
No, but I think it was perfect.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, all right, well, have fun.
You too. Oh wait.
And he walks off and starts helping all of his friends pack up all their stuff. You see that he pulls out a little change purse and hands like each one of them 1 gold coin.
Jeff is a pretty savvy businessman, that's for sure.
Don't go spending all that in one place, you hear? But you have your ship. It now has some sand runners on it.
And we're headed out to set sail.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Cool. So, as you guys make it to the edge of town, pretty easy to get in and out now that there isn't so much sandstorms and stuff going on. Bink, you can once again unfold your ship, and you do see that there is a large shell that's attached to the back that seems to have a magical activation that will add some wind power to your vehicle should you need it. But there's a bit of wind out there today, so you can see once you set it up, your ship is already starting to kind of creep forward a little bit.
Clappy jumps in the driver's seat. Or whatever the equivalent is.
You got it. You guys are headed north? Or south?
Yes,
sorry.
we are.
We're headed towards... Lolly is looking at the map. Alright, I think we're going that way. Or that way. One of those two.
Alright. So, as you guys begin to travel, the first couple hours go pretty smoothly, but I'd like somebody to roll a d20 for me.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
And now, if you could roll me a d10.
Not nice. Not nice.
3.
Okay. So as you guys are moving along, you spot a band of individuals traversing the desert ahead of you on your path. As you approach and as you get closer and closer, these individuals seem to get larger and larger. And as they reach the point that they would be the size of a normal human being in the desert, you realize that they're still a ways off, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. And then you
Have we seen these before?
make a history check.
Can I make one with Callie too, since she's driving?
15.
Ooh, 19.
Okay. This does look like a similar visage, though the last time you saw them, they were being slaughtered by a dragonborn. You begin to see some four-legged friends as you have spotted a band of desert giants with their companion catamounts.
Oh boy.
Might be in for a fight here soon if we don't course correct.
Do we want do? I should probably talk as Callie since she's driving. Do we? Do we want to try to steer around them?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Or you could. No, let's not do that. And just damage the boat.
Run them over.
Yeah.
No. Alright. Calliope will attempt to course correct and direct us in a wide berth around these guys.
As you do so, and you give them a wide berth, you do add a little bit of time to your travel.
Yep.
So I will have you make one more encounter roll for the day. As you manage to avoid these guys. They weren't necessarily chasing you down or anything like that, but if somebody else wants to roll another d20 for me.
Go for it, Bink.
A what roll? Sorry about that.
A d20.
Alrighty. I got. Oh, on my screen it was on the 20 and it just shimmied like a centimeter to the right and it says 14. No.
No worries. You want to roll a d10 for me now?
Alright. 4.
Oh no. Did we circle
Okay.
back around on them?
No. As you guys are traveling, it's starting to get a little close. It's a little farther on in the evening. You've only got maybe a couple more hours till A, your air cannon would be out of air, and B, the night will begin to take over. And in a very similar fashion, you begin to see speckles of what you can only imagine are people of some sort. Though these grow in size significantly slower. As they don't ever seem to really approach human size. So with these, you probably get within about 300 or 400 feet. And you see what at first you thought was almost kind of resembled like a large party of ants. You instead see a large party of loincloth wearing goblins.
Ooh.
And as you approach within a couple hundred feet, you see, you can begin to count. It looks like there's maybe 50 or 60 of them.
Goodness.
And about a half a dozen of them start to hail your ship, just kind of like waving spears and shouting, "Hi! Hi, over here! Hi!
What do you want?
Do you have any food?
No.
Oh, but we're starving!" Callie, are you still driving towards them, or are you trying to avoid them as well?
Do they look interesting to Callie?
They don't look hostile yet. I don't know. What do you think about a bunch of loincloth wearing sand goblins?
I mean, do they have bones?
Probably.
Do they look like they're dying?
They do look a little worse for wear.
I'd say maybe she's not doing such a wide berth, but she's just kind of not necessarily directly approaching either.
As you get, we'll say within maybe like 200 feet or
Sure.
so.
Yeah.
You begin to see that of the 60 goblins, about 20 to 25 of them are just being dragged by other goblins as they're making their way here.
Whoa.
And you see one larger goblin who's just a little, maybe twice the size of most of the goblins around, kind of stepping forward and waving at you at being the ship captain. "Hey, excuse me, lady! Lady, stop the ship!
Seriously, we don't have any food.
You gotta have like some water or something."
How many of them are there?
Functional, about 35.
Jeezy cow. Hold on. Lalia's heart is bleeding, and she's grumpy about it.
Being within this range as well, you can see that a lot of the things that you thought were like spears are just like sticks. Like, they probably wouldn't actually work in combat. Like, they don't seem to have a whole lot of like metal weapons.
Alright. Okay, Calliope, slow it down. Let's see if we can't help these folks out a little bit.
Just Callie slow a little.
Well, does anyone, I'll put it this way because I don't want my characters to team up. Would anybody else agree to slowing down? Or is someone telling Calliope to keep going?
Oh. Zane's not fully against it, but he also knows that we don't have food for them.
Yeah. Lalia, for her part, is pulling a scroll out of her bag.
Well, as you get even a little closer, the larger goblin has kind of made his way to the head of the pack. Thank you so much for stopping. We'll take anything you can give us, and food or water or directions.
Where are you trying to go?
We're trying to fight. We're trying to go home.
Where is home?
I don't know anymore.
Well, that makes getting there pretty difficult, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably. Do you know where our home is?
I'm gonna need more context.
It's a bunch of desert mountains.
Looks around. Are you sure you're not home?
No. We got kind of lost, and you see like this female that's just a little bit smaller than the biggest one, so she's probably the second biggest, walks up and she's like, "Yeah, we really shouldn't have taken that vacation." And he kind of, the big guy turns around. "Well, I thought it would be a good thing, Bob said that we needed to go. It was going to be a party at this lake and stuff." Oh yeah, a lake party, just what goblins need. He kind of turns back to you guys. Like, yeah, we got kind of lost. My buddy Bob came back and told me about this really cool place that was like an oasis or something like that, and that we all totally had to go because it was going to be an awesome time. And then we got there, and then I don't really know if it was a good time or not. I don't remember. Now we're lost trying to get back home.
Alia is just processing for a minute. Right. Well, I don't know how to help you get back home if you don't know where home is, but I can make you some food.
Well, that probably. Do you guys have a home?
We have several different homes.
Oh, could we live in one of yours?
Are there normally goblins in my town?
In your town, occasionally. They're not like ostracized or shunned. They just don't tend to be civilized or live in civilization.
You could. But we're not headed back that direction.
I mean, we can just travel with you for a little while. You got a big boat there. It might be a little better than standing out here in the sun.
The boat can fit 15 people comfortably?
15 regular people.
Oh, okay. Lalia looks to Jennifer. Wasn't Gostier filling up that castle behind his house with goblins or something like that?
Yeah, he has about 100 or so.
You think he'd want more?
Knowing him, probably.
This is like that movie I saw once with all the dogs with spots.
A movie?
Yeah. That play.
Oh, yeah.
They called it the movie because that one guy Disney put it on.
Well, I'm pretty sure they based a book off of it, too.
Yeah, that could be. You would know better than me about that. Well, you know what? We have a friend who has a giant castle, like literally the castle of a giant, and also a bunch of goblins living with him in the castle. You probably have to work if you want to live there, but he's pretty cool. And there are other goblins.
Well, we're pretty used to that, right, guys? And you're like a unified, like 45-ish. Yeah!
You guys keep growing. My God. All right.
Well, 45 of the 60 can talk.
Okay. There's 60? I thought there were 30.
No, there's 30. There's like 20 to 25 being dragged. And there's about 35 or so that are walking.
Oh, my word. I don't have that much food. Well, are we taking these guys to that's not on our way.
How far are we going? I mean, how close will we be? Is it? I mean, obviously, if we drop them off in the grasslands, quotation marks, then at least they can walk and they're out of the desert heat.
That's true. Man, I wish one of us could talk to Gostier. He'd probably meet us.
Oh, you're right. None of us can talk to him.
Nope. No one ever took that spell sending. That'd be super
Well,
convenient.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? These goblins arrive on his doorstep and...
He kills them?
Yeah.
Bink has sending, doesn't he?
I don't think so. Bink, do you have sending?
Or do I? Do I have sending stone?
Are you guys good fighters?
Define good.
I do have sending stones.
Right.
Yeah.
If it were all of you against one Dragonborn, could you take him down?
Why? Do you want to fight us or something? Looking at you, the
I
Dragonborn.
mean, not yet. If you get annoying, maybe.
I mean, probably. If we had food and water and stuff.
I figure they stand a 50-50 shot.
Wow. That's pretty generous.
60 malnourished goblins versus Gostier. You know,
The real question is, does Droopy side with Gostier or the goblins? Because that could turn the tides. But Bink, you don't have sending the spell, you just have sending stones.
Yeah. No, I only have the. I only have sending stone. I'm sending, not the spell.
Gotcha. Alright, well we can at least get them closer. And you know, we have maps and we know where he lives, so we could probably get them in the right direction that way.
Yeah. That's probably fine.
We can just
Alright.
pin a note to the back of one of their shirts. If found, return to Gostier.
Yeah, I mean, I just cut off one of their feet.
No, no more feet. Alright, but for the moment, Lalia will use her scroll of create food and water. It's on her spell list, and had she known we were gonna hoof it, she might have put it on her prepared spells for the day. Oh, she has 2. She will use both. So that makes enough food and water for 30 humanoids, which I think
covers 60 goblins.
Yeah.
You see, they all begin digging in and munching on it rapidly.
does not taste good, according to the spell.
Like, it's better than sand.
You are eating sand?
Yeah,
Oh, day.
that's all we had.
Yeah, okay.
We thought about eating Kim over there, but it didn't really seem like a good idea.
I'm sure Kim is grateful.
The big one kind of looks at you again. So, are we all gonna just pile in our ship? Is that alright? I mean, we could help out. Like, if you guys are going somewhere, like, we can drive at night.
No! I want to drive.
Okay, we cannot drive at night. Alright, well, we're gonna start loading up now. Is that alright?
Sure.
Alright, cool. Hey guys! Hey guys! We got a ship!
Oh no.
And you see behind a rock pile, about 100 yards away, another 30 or 40 goblins come spilling out.
Oh no.
Everybody jump on! These guys are gonna take us to some dude named Gostier who's gonna give us a job and feed us and probably make us rich.
Oh no.
You hear them all just kind of like shouting in joy. Yeah! Woo! And he kind of looks back at you guys. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate this. I apologize that there's so many of us, but we all wanted to go on vacation, so if one person goes, everybody's gotta go. So I think you know about how that goes, right?
No.
Well, you should come on vacation with us sometime. I think you'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
Like a too small Noah's Ark, you guys now have about 100 or so goblins crammed into your
Oh my
ship.
gosh. Well, Ollie is regretting some choices.
Ollie's regretting all our choices right now.
The big goblin kind of walks up to you, Lolly, and says, by the way, my name is Charles.
Hi, Charles. Nice to meet you. I'm Lalia.
That's a pleasure. So, where are we going?
We are going to Dinklewood, but you are going to Fandolin.
You're gonna dinkle your wood?
What?
That sounds like a fun game.
What?
But what's this Fandolin?
Yeah, it's the place that Gostier lives.
Oh, alright. I'd ask for a map, but I don't think any of us can read it.
Well, that's gonna make this difficult, isn't it?
Probably. Think you could learn me on the way there?
I can try to teach you what I know, but I'm gonna warn you right now, I'm not the best at reading these things.
Well, alright. Well, since you guys were really kind to us, we got these potions that maybe we could give you, because we've just been chugging them and we're just about out anyways.
Okay, what do you have?
Here you go. And he kind of walks around, kind of putting his hand in piles of goblins. Give me that! We're going to pay him! And taking these potions, and he brings you guys 4 of these potions that are in very nice bottles. They look like super elven crafted. They look like elegant, expensive potions. I said, these are our last 4. They're pretty good, and if you need to a pick-me-up or something.
Okay.
And he hands them to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd
Do I
like to.
recognize them?
Probably not. If you'd like to try to immediately figure out what they are, you can make an Arcana or a Medicine check.
I'll try medicine. That's a little better. Oh, there you go. 24.
Okay. It only takes you a second, but these are potions of legend. That's not the name of them, but they are something that you knew existed, but you had never actually managed to get one before. These are 4 potions of angelic rest.
Ooh.
Drinking one of these potions will give you the benefits of a long rest.
Oh wow.
Nice. Are these in D&D Beyond?
I don't think so.
Okay.
They're in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this sounds familiar.
Or maybe there's 5. There's 1 for each of your main characters.
Gotcha. So Lalia will distribute them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't save this for a really bad day, guys.
Oh, okay.
He kind of looks back and he's like, yeah, them things are pretty friggin' sweet, man. I think we've all chugged 5 or 6 in the last couple days.
Oh dear.
We found them in this cave.
What cave?
Oh, after the earth started sinking, these weird caves and buildings started to show up, and we found one that was full of a bunch of these potions. I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of gold and stuff in there too, but we don't use that, so we just left it.
Huh.
I could probably show you where it's at.
How far would it take us out of the way from where we're going?
I don't know, I'm pretty sure we were there a week ago. I'm pretty sure we've been walking straight since then.
Yeah,
Definitely.
okay.
Which means it's probably that way. And he points towards the direction you came from, towards Zayasnok.
That's weird. You came from that direction and you're walking straight, and you didn't come across my town.
What? There's towns out here?
Yep.
I ain't never seen one.
How long you been walking for?
It's probably been about a month now.
You should have seen it.
Yeah, okay, fella. He looks over at Bink. He's like, that guy's kind of weird, isn't he?
It just seems me drinking my chunky apple juice.
What did you say?
Exactly.
Said that guy is kind of weird.
Hey, don't talk about me like that.
I was just repeating what you were saying.
Who said that?
This goblin is starting
said
to remind
what?
me of someone.
See, this guy gets it.
What do I get?
Exactly. Hey, you want to be a goblin?
No.
Oh, all right,
How would
maybe
you
not.
make him a goblin?
Right, being a goblin is just saying you're a goblin.
It works like that?
As far as I know, I've never not been a goblin. I just tell everybody I'm a goblin, and they believe me.
Pink is just gonna stay silent after he says that.
Okay.
Fair enough.
No, well, all right, off to find the goblin.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You guys continue on.
I suppose so. I mean,
Yep.
Are we moving slower?
Only a little bit.
Okay.
But do you guys continue for the rest of this evening, and then as the sun begins to set, the goblin guy kind of looks at you and says, "What, are you guys gonna sleep on the ship? Like, we could help you take watches and stuff."
I'm not sure I trust you well enough to actually do that.
What, to take watches?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you could watch with us.
That's true.
Yeah, I think maybe we pair up. One of us with the goblins. By the way, I do want to walk back just really fast. And every time, if Calliope noticed, she wanted to see if the goblins enjoyed riding on the the sand ship. And if she got a good response, she was gonna do some like quick turns and divots to get the like. Woo!
Oh yeah, you can see that they are like constantly taking turns hanging off the side of the ship with
Oh,
their
yeah.
arms out. Wow, this is so cool!
Yeah.
Even though you're only going like 5 miles an hour.
I hope we're going a little faster than that. But yes, so she's making quick turns and driving up dunes and
See, every now and then one of them falls off and he just like runs and jumps back on. Oh man, this is so cool! There's a little bit of fighting that breaks out over whose turn is next. As you're setting up shop, the big goblin says, "Well, all right. I mean, we're going to start doing our stuff. So if you guys want to sleep or whatever, who's going to watch with us first?"
I will.
Okie dokie. So, are the rest of you sleeping on the ship, or are you making the mansion tonight?
That's a question. Bink. I don't know.
Bankaroonie.
Yeah.
We sleeping on the ship, or are you making a mansion tonight?
Let's make the. No, I was thinking. Yeah, let's do the mansion. Let's just get everyone in on the mansion.
Okay.
Are we inviting the goblins into the mansion?
Are they paying attention?
Not super.
Yes, just because I don't want them taking off with our ship.
There you go. Lock them in the mansion.
Wait, what am I kidding? I'll just fold the ship up and we'll just go in the mansion.
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
As you begin to usher in some of the goblins, you see that as you set up your door, a lot of the like injured and like a lot of the not doing so hot goblins do make their way into your mansion, and they begin to find the pantry and just start gorging themselves on your endless supply of food.
Meh.
Oh boy.
But you see about half the goblins stay on the ship.
Even if he folds it up?
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting to.
Oh, okay,
And Bink,
go ahead.
as you go over to begin the process, you see a couple of the goblins on the ship kind of look down at you, and they're like, are you going to take the ship away?
It'll come back in the morning. Don't worry.
Well, no, I mean, we were just thinking that whoever built this thing was pretty bad, so we were going to, like, maybe juice it up a little bit.
Juice it up.
Yeah, your runners look like they're about to break.
Sure. And then Bink is gonna stay up along with them for a little bit. Just to make sure they don't steal it.
Like, all right. And he kind of turns to some of the other goblins on the ship, like, all right, boys, let's make this thing look hot. And you see as a bunch of the goblins jump off and kind of find like some surrounding like desert trees and things of that nature and just start ripping them apart. And you see they pull out like little hand tools and start making planks and boards. And whoever's taking watch will notice that for the next couple hours, these goblins start almost completely redoing the work that you paid to have done. But whoever's taking
Wait.
first watch, if you want to roll a perception check for me.
Sure. $22.
Okay. So throughout your first watch, for the first few hours here, you do see that the goblins begin to like work in shifts. So some of them will go inside and like take a nap and like eat, and some goblins will come out looking a little, a little better now that they've had some food and some rest, and they continue to work on your ship. They keep like upgrading and like finding local resources and kind of helping out a little bit. And with your 22, you can't help but think a couple extra goblins keep showing up every now and then.
Oh no.
Just kind of like, weren't there just 6 there and now there's like 8?
Great.
But that's it. Nothing else. Nothing harmful. Nothing seems to be coming after you. So who's going to watch next?
Lalia will.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
14.
Okay. Very similar circumstances. You see that the goblins are continuing to work throughout the night. It looks like your ship is not only getting some bigger runners, but it looks like it's being like stretched. Like they're making it a little bit bigger, and a little bit taller, and a little bit longer.
Oh boy.
That's about what you pick up on.
I'd also like to say, as the evening goes on and we all kind of buckle down for the night, Lalia would distribute her lay on hands as far as she could to help some of the most injured folks.
Yeah, there's definitely quite a few still inside the mansion that are worse for wear.
Yeah.
Can certainly do that. Is Bink taking the third watch?
Yep, taking it along with Peter.
Cool. Go ahead
Nice.
and roll a perception check.
16.
Cool. So Bink, being that this is also, your ship and your baby, your item, you happen to have a pretty good perspective here. As you're getting through the end of the night, you can see that the runners on your ship have been significantly upgraded. They seem to be a little more functional, a little more dampening, so maybe you might have a smoother, quicker ride in the future. You also, with the intelligence that you have and how smart Bink actually is, you quickly pick up on the fact that you went from like a 15-man ship to like a 30-man ship. And with the 16, you also encounter the same thing that Zanzidar did. It seems like where there were 8 goblins, there's now 9 or 10. But beyond that, nothing hostile happens. The night goes by smoothly.
Okay.
Then the morning comes, and the goblin chieftain, the big guy, kind of approaches your group. Says, "Good morning, guys. As you can see, we have upgraded your ship. It's our way of saying thank you. We really appreciate what you're doing for us."
Wow, it looks amazing and bigger.
It sure does look that great, doesn't it? We're pretty good at this stuff.
That's good. I'm sure Gastier will appreciate that. You also seem to have gotten bigger, at least in numbers.
What? What? I mean, it's about the same amount we had at the beginning, about 12 of us.
Right.
Are you counting the goblins?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. You-
Attempting to.
You take a
Hold
sec.
still.
You take a second as the goblins are beginning to pile into the ship, just kind of passively counting, and you realize that once all of the goblins are on the ship, it is just as packed as it was the day before, even though it's twice the size.
No. Okay.
And so you estimate there's probably anywhere from 150 to 200 goblins on the ship now. You kind of look back down at you. All right, I think we're all packed in, ready to go.
I think Lalia just kind of like finds Jen and like holds onto her hand and is like, "Please don't leave my side. I'm afraid I'll never find you."
She just kind of looks at you. She's like, "Yeah, this is kind of what happens when you bring goblins along." I guess I could have warned you, but this is pretty common.
It's if you give a mouse a cookie,
Yeah.
except it's if you give a goblin a ride.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get out of here with another like 50.
All right, as long as it's normal.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Are you related to any of these ones?
God, I hope not.
All right.
As you guys get back on the ship and to continue to make your way south, it only takes about another half a day. So about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys breach the mountains and have made it back onto the Sword Coast. So you're out of the desert and back into more of the climate you're used to. And as you all begin to disembark and kind of take stock, and Bink, you're able to fold up your ship at this point, you do reckon that there's probably closer to 200 to 250 goblins that have made their way onto your ship. As you look over this small army, or actually this like large army of goblins that are all following you.
Oh my god.
The chieftain kind of looks at you and says, well, I guess now we're going to make our way to this Phandalin place. Which way is it?
Well,
Let me look at the map again.
I was gonna say, Lalia would have been working with Charles on map reading.
Okay, yes. It is to the east. Says, alright, and which way are you guys going?
I have already forgotten. Look at the map.
Dinklewood is also to the east.
We're also going east. Yep.
Well, just follow you then for a little bit, that's alright.
Yeah, you might as well stay on the boat. Wait, no, we can't ride the boat anymore. What am I talking about?
We can change that if you want. We can just put some wheels on it.
Looks too bink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, you pull the boat back out, and within the hour, you now have retractable wagon wheels on your boat.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It's just a double-decker bus at this point.
Yeah. So you now have a land ship full of goblins. And you see that about 30 or 40 of them attach some ropes to the front and start to pull it. And it's like, alright, you guys can ride along if you want. We're pretty good at this stuff. I don't know if I told you that yet or not.
Yeah, you did.
You know, are you guys going to Phandalin? Like, maybe you could just ride all the way there with us.
Is it on the way? Is Dinklewood on the way? I'm having trouble visualizing.
So you would hit Dinklewood before you hit Phandalin.
Okay.
But Phandalin is between Dinklewood and Arlani.
Right. Okay. Well, if you don't mind us taking a pit stop in Dinklewood,
Is that an activity or something?
something.
That's fine.
Is that alright, Bink?
I think it should.
I just give a big shrug.
Good enough. What do you think, Zanzidar?
If we want to go to Phandalin first.
After Dinklewood. But
After.
before Aralani and everything else.
And then we're going to be taking the goblins with us to Dinklewood.
Right. Because it's on the way. You see here on the map?
How many more upgrades can you do to the ship?
We can do just about anything you want us to do. What are you thinking?
I don't know yet. But I'm just wondering, like, is it beneficial for us to keep you with us?
It's beneficial for us to keep you with us, though, because you could probably beat stuff up better than we can.
And whispers to Lalia.
Mm-hmm.
And they can be decoys if we get attacked.
Who do you think you're talking to? Goodness. Oh. The way your mind works, Zanzidar, terrifies me.
Well, I'm not wrong.
Right. Michaela fully agrees.
I mean, sure, I don't mind them coming along with us.
Calliope is actively like in a game of hide and seek / tag with, 30-ish goblins at the moment.
It's going about how you would expect it.
Yeah.
At one point, it just becomes like a circle of goblins just passing the tag around the circle. Tagger it, tagger it, tagger it, tagger it, tagger it.
God.
They're not even moving anymore. Like, this game's fun!
It's entertaining. Yep. How much is the game?
She's also teaching one of the younger some of the younger ones, like maybe young teens, close to her age, we'll say, lock picking.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh God.
See, they are enraptured. Oh, this could be so helpful. We'll never have to worry about food again.
Oh
What?
no.
Oh, crap.
All right. So you guys set off for Dinklewood.
Yep.
Let's
And
do it.
off for Danklewood.
In our land ship
Being pulled by goblins.
being pulled by goblins.
We'll say it probably only takes you about another half a day or so to get there. But as you guys begin to approach the mountain, no necessarily checks or anything to get there. You're pretty good at remembering places you've already been. You guys begin to ascend the mountain and you begin to travel through the pass. Though one thing that strikes you as odd is the last time you were here, the top of the mountain you knew was a mirage, like a canopy. And it seems like that canopy is smaller. It doesn't seem like it's as big of a mirage, maybe. You're not really sure. It's definitely changed. It's definitely different. But as you guys make it to the pass and you begin to step into what would be the outer edges of the tree farm, you begin to see that there's a lot of overgrowth. There's a lot of bushes. There's a lot of weeds. You begin to see these trees, and while they're still bearing apples, you can see piles and piles of just rotten apples lying on the ground. You don't really have a clear view of what's ahead, but it doesn't look like the apple orchards have been tended in quite a while. And one other thing you notice as you kind of look up is while you could see the mirage on both sides to know it was there and active, there doesn't seem to be any illusion magic above the area. Nothing currently hiding the city from prying outside eyes.
Uh-oh.
And I think we'll take a bathroom break there,
Ah,
because I gotta grab something anyways.
oh boy.
Restroom break. We'll be right back. So, jumping back in here. You guys, oh, I get to change the map, have picked up a merry band of goblins and made your way to Dinkleberg, Bink's hometown. Or Dinklewood, sorry. Dinkleberg.
Dinkelberg.
If I had any. Oh, wait.
Dinkelberg.
So, as you guys arrived on the outskirts of the city, you noticed that not only was the magical illusory image that usually covered and secluded the village was now missing, but the large apple orchard that you are just on the edge of is overgrown and does not look like it has been tended to. Looks like there is a multitude of apples that have just fallen and began rotting in piles at the base of these trees. And that's where we'll pick back up. So what would you like to do?
Oh, would you look at that? I guess we do have food to give you.
Charles kind of looks at you and says, "What? You mean all them rotten apples?
Yep.
Them things is a delicacy. You're not gonna eat any?
Nope.
You're lost."
You have to go pick them yourself. I'm not doing it for you.
All right. Well, we'll spend some time on that. You guys gonna go check out the town, whatever you're gonna do. We'll start stocking up the ship. Do you want some of the not rotten ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We'll grab you some of those too. All right, guys. It's food time. You see as waves of goblins just start jumping off the ship.
Oh my god.
This is not looking so good, Bink. Do you know what might be going on?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's up. We usually tend to them so well.
Calliope pipes up. Maybe they decided that rotten was the way to go.
Nah, no, not rotten. No,
Oh.
no, that's different. I don't know what's up, but we gotta figure this out.
Should go check if anybody's home.
You see, we cultivate the apples. We grind them up. We let them ripen a little bit, not to the point of rotting though, to get that real good chunkiness. And I think my headset just did it. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I
We
can
can
still
hear
hear
you.
Okay.
We're just taking it in.
Sorry, no, I don't know. No, my headset just went like dead silent for a second there, like more dead silent than usual. Okay,
Yeah, so let's check my father's house. Let's see what's going on.
All right.
So as you guys begin to make your way through the apple orchard, coming up on one of the lower areas of the city and making your way towards the humble home of Mayor or President Dinklewood, whatever title he takes, you would notice that the streets seem to be empty. You catch glimpses of overturned barrels and weeds that have just gone amok, growing every which way. The smell of rotten food kind of wafts every now and then from the places that were restaurants, and even some of the food stalls and things around town that just seem to be abandoned and left sit. You don't come across any gnomes as you make your way to the center of the town. As you arrive in the center, you once again see that the farmer's market that's usually set up towards the middle, all of the food is now rotted and is just covered in bugs and gnats and things going crazy. And once again, no sign of any gnomes, though there is something that catches your attention as you stare towards the farmer's market. A lot of you see one live creature. You see what appears to be a black and white chicken. Odd coloring, definitely not normal, but it has like a white body and these weird black wings and this just grossly red looking beak begin to kind of waddle towards you, just kind of clucking, moving its head back and forth. And as it gets within about 30 feet, you all see that this chicken has blazing red eyes. And it stops and just looks at you all.
Do you know this chicken, Bing?
Chicken? I'm gonna need you to calm down. Guys, step back. I don't know if this is a good chicken.
Calliope was making like come here hand gestures and walking towards it and goes, "Aww." When you said
Not
tell
it.
her to back up.
Step back. And Binky literally physically just puts his hand in front of her. No.
Aw.
You see it takes its foot and begins to like scrape the ground.
Chicken? Chicken, can you understand me? We mean no harm. We just want to know what happened here.
It kind of cocks its head, and you see as it like hunkers down, almost like a cat ready to pounce.
Oh, no.
Chicken, don't you do this?
Oh yeah. Also, I do want to clarify. My racial trait does let me speak with small beasts.
Okay. As you attempt to communicate this and you start to hear just these barks and squawks, you just hear death, 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 death.
What's
Why?
he saying, Bing?
Why? Stop it! No! What happened here?
It kind of cocks your head and looks at you. I'm free!
From where?
Free from that prison of brimstone! I will eat your soul!
Oh, no.
Where'd you come from?
Hell can't hold me anymore.
Hell, what? How did you? Okay, you're
I'm
from hell.
free!
How did you get here?
Are you translating any of this, Bing?
No, you're legitimately just hearing Bink just like have this one-sided
Okay.
conversation with chicken going baka.
Did you hurt anybody here?
No. Empty. Nobody to
You
kill.
innocent
Until now.
chicken? I swear to God, I will leave you alone. But if you mess with us, we will kill you.
The rest of you see as like flames start coming out of this chicken's eyes.
Oh gosh.
Death.
You got it in hand there, Bing? You good?
Nah, he keeps shouting out death and he wants to kill us and he's from hell and he broke out.
What?
He didn't hurt anybody here apparently, but he said he didn't have anyone to kill until now, so it looks like he's gonna try to attack us.
Can Lalia,
He's a hell chicken.
Can Lalia use divine sense to see if this thing triggers his fiend?
Yeah, it does. Super fiend.
Well, I'll be damned. We got ourselves a fiend right here. He wants to
You
kill
sure
us?
it's not a mini fiend?
Chicken, are you a fiend?
I will kill you all.
Still didn't answer my question.
I haven't killed in so long. Death. Death.
Okay, he keeps saying death. He's gonna kill us all.
Is he gonna do something about it? Goodness.
No, I think he's kind of just gonna stand there.
Alright.
You see the chicken starts like banging its head, like taunting you. Bink, you hear.
Okay, I think
Bink, you start to hear him. Come on, chickens. Oh, who's the chicken now?
Jeez Louise.
No, I'm gonna stay over here. Thank you. You can do whatever.
As Bink says that, the rest of you watch as this chicken just kind of eyes all of you. And you see the flames in its eyes go blue as it rushes towards you.
Oh no.
Zan's gonna step forward and kick it.
You are the first in line, so it is going to attack you.
Okay.
And this is an interesting chicken. You take 1 point of damage,
Okay.
and you can kick him. Just go ahead and roll an attack for me.
Okay. Unarmed. 18.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
2 points of bludgeoning damage.
2 points? Okay.
Yeah.
As you kick it and it kind of bounces off your foot, it just looks back at you. I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Well,
Well, that
Lila is
happened.
happy to be here.
Alright, what do we got? Oh, jeez. Alright, so, our combat order is going to be chicken with a 20. Followed by Callie. Then Zan. Then Bink. Then Lalia.
She's just happy. You know, she's vibing.
He's just happy to be there.
Okay.
Having a good time. Yeah.
So, top of initiative, Zan, you see this chicken that you just kicked rears back and just kind of shoves its face forward again, and you feel this beak just dig into your leg, and you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Stupid chicken.
Now bring
Yeah, he doesn't like you.
that'll bring us to Callie's turn.
Wow, I'm so out of practice on my spreadsheeting. Okay. Calliope is going to I don't know what she's gonna do. She's gonna try to stab the chicken.
Okay.
Why not? That would be a natural 20 on the chicken.
That'll hit.
Is he in melee with Zanzador?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess you gotta step forward, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. So that is going to be 21 plus 7, so 28 points of piercing damage.
Awesome.
Does it seem to do anything?
Yes. As you rush up and stab this chicken, you watch as it explodes in a burst of flames. And then those flames reconglomerate, and there are now 2 chickens.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
How does that translate for me?
There's just you just hearing, ha ha ha, you will die!
Yeah.
Making a random roll here. I think last time I asked Connor. Alright. Xavier. High or low?
Hi.
High. Ah, okay. So Calliope will not use her second attack to attack. She will, however, use a key point to take patient defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's her turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to Zanzidar.
Oh boy. This is an annoying. Yeah. Lightning breath.
Okay. You gonna hit both of them?
Yep. Pretty sure I can.
Cool. That's a deck save.
Yep.
Ooh.
19.
Ooh. They both fail. Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, they roll really bad.
Roll another one for the second dragon breath.
Well, do your damage for the first one,
Oh.
so we can see what happens.
Oh no.
21.
Okay. As you release this dragon breath and you inhale to do another one, you watch as both of these chickens being electrocuted explode in a burst of fire. And then the fire reforms. And there are 2 more chickens. Are you releasing the second breath?
Oh. Yeah, because it's the same action.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
And is this a cone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can hit all 4 again?
Or no, it's a 30-foot line breath weapon, 5 feet wide.
Oh god.
Yeah, they're close enough. They're within 5 feet of each other. We'll say in this tight spot. You could hit all 4 if you wanted to.
Cut.
I'll make some deck saves. That's a 5, that's a 6, that's an 11, and a 16.
5, 6, 11, 6. None of them saved.
Cool.
29.
Cool. As you release this breath weapon on these 4 chickens, you watch as they explode in a cloud of fire. The fire reforms into 4 more chickens.
Oh boy.
And the clucking increases.
Why did you guys do this?
What did we do?
I had a plan for something, but now I can't
Yeah.
Oh, no. My bad.
Okay.
No, we're
Let's
good.
see that.
I don't know if we are actually, but still, I guess we'll do something.
What's a 10 feet sphere?
Beautiful.
About like that.
All right. We'll do that as a bonus action wall of force.
Wall of force?
Yep.
Okay.
Now they're all stuck inside.
Oh, there you go. For a minute.
Oh,
For a
I
minute.
believe it's like 10 minutes.
Oh, cool.
You just continue to hear Bink, you're just hearing a cacophony of chickens shouting, "Death! Death!"
Did you want to? So, what were you going to do, Bing?
I mean, I was gonna like tie one of them up.
Oh, okay. So that works.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We like ensnare them somehow.
I think Zanzibar will move up the stairs.
Yeah. Like your full 40?
30.
Oh, 30, yeah.
Yep. Cool. And that's the end of the turn there. See if the chickens can hold their breath for 10 minutes.
That'll bring us to Bink. Oh, there's air in there.
Yeah, not much. For 10 chickens or whatever. 1, 2, 3. 8 chickens.
Alright, Bink, what you got?
Something that keeps coming back to life and multiplying. I don't know.
Right?
And I was, I don't know if we could. Well, I mean, I guess I could. 1 second. I might have something for this. No, nothing. Any ideas, anyone?
No,
Uh,
I mean,
Because I don't want to attack them anymore for them to multiply and become more of a handful.
Keep making them multiply. That way,
Why
the
is
air
that
in
a
this
good
space gets
idea?
thinner and
What?
thinner. It makes them run out of air quicker.
if they breathe
Well,
air.
burn them?
Yeah, if they breathe air. We're going off guesses here.
Yep.
I got no fire spells.
We could just run.
Very true. We can actually just walk away from this.
Just leave them in there.
Or we can, or, let me see. I might actually, let's see. Okay, Bink has idea. Everyone grab a barrel or something, and we're just gonna capture them. There is 8 of them. We can do this.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Do 1 damage each? Ooh. Okay, let everyone grab something to ensnare them in, and we're gonna capture the 8 of them, and then just leave them. Since we have a minute to look around, right?
I mean, you call the goblins over, have them deal with it.
Oh yeah! Oh yo, that is a genius idea.
No. We'll end up with 300 chickens and 10 goblins.
Oh no. Yeah, they're gonna try to eat it and they're just gonna
Be
multiply.
like the
those
worst
out.
game
Yeah,
of
sure.
whack-a-mole.
Okay, everyone get like, yeah, no, okay, previous plan, barrels. Or something!
Go
around, get something to capture them.
I mean, I think we're still in initiative.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and we haven't seen if they're actually contained by the wall of force yet.
Why'd you have to say it like that? I didn't think about that. I don't want to think about it like that because I really hope they don't do that.
I'm just saying.
You know, sometimes you just don't gotta say. But Yeah, I'm still gonna go grab something like a little mini box or something.
Okay. There's a whole
Yeah,
truck of
literally,
barrels
yeah.
over here.
Yep, I'm just gonna basically just like tear out the side and just like grab one.
Okay. Well, we'll say you spend your action getting there and like opening this up and pulling out a crate.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna get into place and can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna stay right there and get ready.
Cool. You gonna have Peter do anything?
I'm gonna have Peter ready his action, and since he has 2 claws and they are small as hell, see if he can grab 2 of them and just chill with them.
Nice. It's gonna grapple everybody.
So you're gonna have him like up
Yeah.
here in case they get out.
Yeah, like right there. Yeah, and like kind of contain them. So like
Okay.
if he can like grab like 2 of them or something along the lines, if he can.
Okay. Well, you can't go into the wall of force yet, so. But yeah.
No, I'm saying ready action, like like when
Gotcha,
they get in
gotcha.
range,
Yep.
or like when the wall goes down.
Sounds good. And that'll bring us to Lalia.
I packed the wrong aura. Frickin' frick. We've tried lightning damage, slashing damage. Those are the only 2?
Fire damage. I'm gonna assume fire damage does not work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've used
I've
lightning and
done
slashing
bludgeoning.
and bludgeoning.
Oh, that's right. But when you kicked it, it didn't split.
Correct.
He also only did 2 points of damage.
Ah.
So the running theory is if you do less damage, it doesn't split.
That doesn't compute for Lalia.
Mm-hmm.
Use your hooves and you can just stomp it to death.
Even those do a lot. That's is the problem for a little chicken. Okay. Lalia will use her bonus action to pick up a few pebbles and cast magic stone on them.
Mm-hmm.
And she will hold her action to throw these at them
Okay.
if they can break out of the wall.
Anything else?
No.
All right. That will bring us to the chickens. All right. So I believe I did my math right here. This chicken. Can you guys see my light?
Yep.
This chicken attacks this chicken, who attacks this chicken, who then
Uh-huh.
attacks this chicken, attacks this chicken,
Yep.
attacks this chicken, attacks this chicken, which makes 7 new chickens in adjacent spaces.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
They multiplied.
Without the wait,
I'll
just
put one over here.
wait, what? What did they just do? Just
They attacked each other.
what the hell?
So because Wall of Force does not prevent magical means, it only prevents physical, 3 of them end up outside the wall.
Yep.
So Peter held first. There is a chicken right next to Peter, if he would like to try and grab it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna try and grab it.
Okay.
What is his chances of grabbing?
You gotta beat a 3.
Wait, so what does he roll?
Athletics.
So a strength.
I don't know. Wait, what is that based off of?
So it's a
Athletics,
D20 plus your strength modifier. So whatever Peter's strength modifier.
I don't know how that computes to athletics. Because
He probably
I
doesn't-
don't know how.
He probably doesn't have a proficiency with athletics. So he would
Yeah,
ju-
let's just
he
say he
would-
doesn't have proficiency.
Yeah, so he would just add his strength modifier. So whatever his plus to strength is, you'll add that to your d20.
Well, he's got a 14 in his strength, gives him +4. So he's got
Yep.
18.
Peter is now holding a chicken.
Try snapping its neck, Peter.
No.
Just because you said that, Peter's actually going to do that.
He can make an attack roll.
Alrighty. Is this like the like does it compute with like a beak or a claw attack or something? Or...
It would be a claw attack.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage for a claw attack.
He kind of just like slams him down on the ground as he says, and Bing's like,
Well, as he does so, that chicken explodes in a blast of fire, and another chicken appears.
Peter looks confused. He's gonna use a second attack.
Well, he did a grapple, which is one attack, and then the claw attack was the second.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Peter just looks confused. End of turn.
That'll bring us to Callie.
Damn it, Peter! I said snap its neck, not make a second one.
Peter is confused. Peter attempted to snap neck. Little critter. Too
Can
small.
Lydia throw her stones?
Oh, yes, sorry. I forgot she was holding.
That's funny.
I think. Yeah, she can only throw one. So that's a 22.
That'll hit.
Or 12 damage.
Which one were you shooting at?
We'll do the one straight in front of her.
As you do, it also explodes into fire and reforms into another chicken.
Yeah.
Oop, wrong button. Alright, now it'll bring us to Callie.
Alright, Callie's gonna go up and stab two of them.
The two by Lalia or the two on the other side?
Yeah, so she can get sneak attack on the first one. That's a 28.
That'll hit.
For sneak attack. 18 damage.
Mm-hmm. It explodes and reforms into two chickens.
Mm-hmm. And she'll swing at one of them.
Mm-hmm.
27.
Yep.
That's 16 damage.
Yep.
And she will flurry of blows. She's gonna punch two of them.
Yep. More chickens.
That is a 28.
Yep.
For 9 damage. And a
Okay.
natural 20.
On the 9 damage, I'll just say you punch this one because it was the most recent. You punch it, but it does not explode.
Okay. Well, then I got a nat 20.
Yep.
I'll punch the same one again.
Okay.
And that is 18 damage.
And now it explodes.
And Alex.
And that's her turn.
That'll bring us to Zan.
And what damage was that?
Slashing.
What do we want to do here, guys?
I thought we were just hitting them.
I mean, kinda can just hit him, but it's not really helping the problem. Um, does it look like there's one main chicken and it's exploding into all these other, more or less decoys?
You can toss a perception check for me.
16.
No, you're fairly confident they're all pretty identical. You don't really see any that seems to be like a lead chicken, and even following the path of the first one that attacked you, it doesn't seem like it has any additional control from what you can tell.
Right. See, I could do a really big spell here, but it'd just make all the chickens multiply.
Yeah.
I guess
I
I'll
think
use
we
my...
should just rush. I think we should just rush inside the house, the mansion,
We could do that too.
and say we board ourselves in the mansion and find clues as to what happened, and let these chickens do whatever the hell they want for the time being.
You don't think they'd break into the house?
The door should be steady enough,
Okay.
sturdy enough.
I don't know. They've already learned how to hit each other. I think they're gonna multiply no matter what.
Hey, they're gonna multiply. Yeah, I know they're gonna multiply no matter what. Is there a way to get them back to hell?
I can send one a
banishment,
day.
but other
You don't
than
think we could have did that before we hit him?
Well, you know.
I contained them, and then they hit each other.
I know. There's someone back before they hit one in the first place.
Well, we can't rewind time now, so.
Wait a second. I look at my wish spell. I'm kidding.
Wish them back to one.
Massive consequences.
I guess I'll use my. See, I'm not sure what everybody wants to do right now, so I'll use my bonus action to bring out my wings,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll use my action to pull my invisibility cloak over my head.
Okay.
And I will use my movement to fly up 10 feet.
You are invisible and flying up a little bit.
Good luck, guys. That ends Zan's turn. He's like, fuck this.
That will bring us to Bink.
Okay. Well, if all else fails, just run away.
Big's just gonna start running towards the house. As he does this, he's also gonna bring Peter along so he can hop on him and get inside the house faster
All right.
at the same time. So he kind of like meets up with him, and so he can hop on him.
Okay. So, Bink, you run past 3 of these chickens.
Mhm.
So they're each going to take an opportunity attack on you. So
Fair
you
enough,
take
yeah.
three points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Peter is running away from 2 of them, so he will take 2 points of piercing damage. As the 2 of you meet up.
But
and-
do they automatically get to hit us, or like?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Correct.
And then Peter takes you the rest of the way up to the door.
Oh, I mean inside. We're gonna be in if we can. If Peter can make it that far, like fly.
Yeah, you could probably get you just inside the house.
Like he flies to the door and then he walks inside, so it transitions from like flying speed to walking speed.
I got to bring the house down.
Yeah, and I'm like by the door, so I'm ready to like slam it when everyone gets in.
You got it. That'll bring us to Lalia.
Yep.
Who just has a bunch of chickens staring at her.
Oh my god. What have we done?
At the risk of making more, but just to try something, she's going to try Word of Radiance.
Okay.
Which will hit all of them within 5 feet of her. They need to make Constitution saving throws. DC, I forget. I still don't know. I don't know where my spell DC went.
I'll just.
I'm on Calliope, that's why.
Oh.
I'm like, where is her spell? There we go. 22.
Wow, one of them got a natural 20 for a 21.
Well, I needed a 22.
And that is these 4 within 5 feet.
Yep, so this is radiant damage.
Yep.
And that's 18.
You watch as all 4 of the ones near you explode in fiery balls of feathers and do not reform.
Perfect. Son of a bitch. Alright, we need the radiant damage.
Good luck with that. I don't have any.
Okie dokie. Why don't you make me faster so I can hit more? And does she have any bonus action? Radiant energy. She does not. And son of a bitch, she didn't prepare divine favor. That sucks. Didn't prepare that. Didn't prepare the one that would give everyone radiant damage. So that's her turn.
Cool. That will bring us to the chickens.
Yep.
So this one's gonna move here. 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 So Lalia and Callie will both take 2 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Uh,
No, I don't have one that does. I don't have a reaction that does radiant. So, never mind.
Okay. And then the first time these 8 chickens attacked each other, making 7 new ones. So this time, the ones that didn't split from that before are only 5. So now 5 new chickens get made by them attacking each other.
Dear Lord.
Link needs to be thrown in jail for this.
Who needs to be thrown in jail?
Link.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That's the end of their turn, which will bring us to Callie.
Okie doke. So, Calliope, hearing this about Radiance, is like, hey, I can help. And she's gonna look up at Zanzar and be like, drop your wall!
Okay, we'll drop his wall.
Okay. And then I do believe she has 8 chickens within 5 feet of her. Right?
Well, I guess this one would have spawned here. I didn't. So yes.
Okay. She will also cast Word of Radiance. Her DC is 19.
They can't make it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they would have to roll a 19, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to plan on that.
Well, let me roll my damage. I never cast it. 16.
Yeah.
And like Lalia's looks all like nice and glowy and green, and Calliope's Word of Radiance looks like dark and terrifying because it's technically from Miracle.
Yeah.
But it is still radiant damage. Somehow.
Oh.
Because D&D.
You're down to 14 chickens.
Alright. Sorry. What did I say that was? 16 damage? 16 times 8. I don't think she has any bonus action radiant damage, so she will. There's no reason to take patient defense. She's just gonna hang out.
Wait,
She will. I'm trying to think. She will move into the chickens. So, like.
Here?
Yep, right there.
Cool. And that'll bring us to Zan.
hey guys, I figured out the infinite EXP hack.
Oh my god.
This is how we get to level 20. You guys make the chickens and I'll get rid of them.
So I'm assuming Zan's within like 30 feet of well, no, that wouldn't work because you both are using like cantrips.
Yeah.
It only worked for Lalia.
Calliope has one first level spell that she could use.
Alright, we'll do haste on Lalia then.
Hey.
Cool.
Much appreciated.
That bonus.
Anything else?
Nope, he'll stay there.
Cool. And that'll bring us to Bink.
Bink just cheers from the sidelines. He's like, what? And him and Peter just end their turn because there's literally nothing he can do to help.
I mean, you could inspire. No, but we can't miss. You're
I'm about to say there's literally like zero reason to because like it doesn't increase range. It doesn't. Chickens, you got this.
Yeah.
Their AC is literally minimum. It is 10.
Alright, so we can't miss them, especially when this is saving throws. So.
And that brings us to Lalia, who is hasted.
Alright, so she will get to where she can be within 5 feet of the most chickens possible.
Probably up here, but you would take an opportunity attack.
That's fine.
You take 1 point of damage.
Now,
This chicken.
frickin' chickens. And she will use her main action to cast Word of Radiance again.
Yep. They can't save. How much damage?
14.
Alright. That's 5 more.
And then we haven't tried this yet. And actually, I probably should have done this the first time. She'll scooch back to the chicken who bit her and say, "That hurt!" And she's gonna bop him on the head with Zydan with her bonus act or her hasted action.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens if you bludgeon with radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's 37 to hit.
Yes. By 27 points.
Oh my gosh. So that is 16 bludgeoning plus improved smite and I can't remember. Is it a D10? Yes. Because he's a fiend. So that's an additional 19 radiant damage.
Since it's all one attack, you do watch as it just explodes and does not reform,
Okay.
leaving you with 8 chickens.
Alright. And yeah, I don't think I have any bonus action radiance. So I will just scooch up to the... No! Well, yeah, I'll scooch up to the chickens. Sure. Alright, that ends my turn.
Brings us to the chickens. This one goes to Lalia, this one goes to Callie. Callie is going to take 5 points of piercing. Lalia will take 3.
Okay.
And that's the chicken's turn. Which will bring us back to Callie.
I'm sorry, Calliope took 5?
Yep.
Alright. So yeah, she's gonna aim for those chickens around her, word of radiance.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's like bright and green and then dark and creepy. Then bright and green, then dark and creepy. It's 15 damage to how many?
5.
What song's playing when that's happening?
Right? Trying to think. Honestly, it's just the most dissonant and terrifying rendition of the chicken dance you've ever heard. Just some major
Yeah.
metal guitar going on. Alright, that's all Calliope will do.
That'll bring us back to Zan.
You know what? Zan's gonna fly down and kick one of
Fair enough.
Okay.
them.
You can roll an attack on it.
26.
Roll your damage.
Grace.
2 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
Nice.
As
Take
you
that, chicken.
kick it, it kind of falls to the ground.
And he ends his turn there.
Would take us to Bank. Are you still holding?
I'm still holding.
Then Lalia.
Alright. We will end with. Oh, there's 3 left?
Yep.
I got 3 attacks. Let's hope for not a nat 1. She's gonna swing with Zydan because that's more fun.
Cool.
That hits for 22 bludgeoning and 12 radiant.
One chicken down. One chicken missed.
Well, that's what we get. It's fine. We're fine. Hasted action. That hits. Oh, nope, not 3. Hold on. So that's 19 plus 18 on that one. And the one that Zanzadar kicked over. Although would I have advantage if it were prone?
Yeah.
You did say it fell over, so can I roll
Was that
one
the
of-
one you were attacking, not the standing up one?
Well, I just swung at one of each. So.
Yeah, I was just going this way.
Alright.
So then, yeah.
It's your call.
Let's say no, just so you can see the end of this.
Okay. Totally fair.
How much average damage do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot.
Normally, like 20-ish.
Okay. Zane kicked it away right at the last second. Got his toe smashed.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Lalia, not me!
Watch your feet. Why is your toe? I'm swinging here.
Oh. Alright, and that'll bring us back to the chicken, who, because you knocked him over, has to spend his turn getting unstunned and standing back up.
Okay.
Which brings us to Callie.
Okay.
Minimum damage makes them lose their turn.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, so oh, this is Lolly again. I keep getting them. They have some of their spells are the same. Yeah, we'll just wander over and do Word of Radiance one more time. So, metal chicken dance wafts in one more time.
Yep. So this
21.
time, as this is the last chicken, you send out this Word of Radiance, and you watch as this chicken explodes in this blackish reddish light with your green mixed in, and it does not form into two, but its body does reconstruct, and it lands unconscious. You just hear that will pull you out of combat for the moment.
What do you think happens if we damage it farther?
You want to find out?
I don't know. I was just thinking, fried chicken sounds good now.
I mean, yeah.
You see that the chicken on the ground is still breathing. You see it kind of twitches and like opens one eye and looks at you all. Bugger!
Hey, Bing, come over here. We still need a translator.
Okay. I come on over and start listening to it.
And you kind of hear these, like, you know, that quiet speech people give in action movies when they're on their deathbed.
Oh no.
The chicken is just kind of like, you have bested me today. I will show mercy upon your mortal souls, and I will not kill you on this day. But look out for tomorrow when I'm feeling good again.
Lolly, scare him again with your glowing weapon.
I will be ready for him this time.
You hear that? She'll kill you if you do it again.
You cannot kill me. I am the immortal chicken.
Is that a title, or is that its name, or what?
Are you asking him?
I assumed Bink was translating, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
translating it.
That is what I am. All mortals shall fear me. Someday I will rule this earth. It will be the time of the chickens.
What happens if we send you back to hell?
They will probably put me back into that prison.
Banishment.
Oh man, brutal.
That's a 9. You go to cast banishment, you just hear this chick. Well, Zan, you hear. Bink, you hear. It is erased from existence. Sent back to hell, which you don't know where his prison was, so I guess we'll see if he gets out again. Not your problem.
Not today, anyway.
Alright, now the town has been cleansed.
We're safe again.
Oh, so as you guys banish this chicken and you kind of take a second to gather yourselves, you notice not too far down the street is a pig. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
No. Eerie silence begins to come over you.
What's the likelihood that all the livestock in this town have been from hell?
Before we walked in, I would have said non-existent. Now, it's anyone's guess.
I didn't know you had livestock in this town, Bink. Of course, I guess that would explain your love for bacon.
Yeah, we got pigs here, but not chickens.
Oh, so just this one was the new thing. Gotcha.
I mean, it said it came from hell. So, no, we did not own this one.
Okay. What about the pig down the street?
Yeah, his name's Hamlet.
Okay.
Bink just like looks over to double check it isn't a hell pig. It's
There's no pig.
Oh.
Oh, yes, he's not over there. Okay, he's somewhere.
It was a phantom of our It was a figment of our imaginations.
Yeah.
Ooh. Or was it?
Dum dum.
So do you think that chicken killed everybody in this town?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to go check your house and see if we can find any clues?
Yep, let's go inside the mansion. We gotta find something.
Okay.
Cool. So as you guys begin to make your way into the Dinklewood Manor, exploring the first floor and just kind of looking around, you don't see signs of anyone. No servants, no family. You see plenty of, leftover food and things like that that is just spoiled and began to rot.
Maybe we should go check your saves, like where you keep the money. See if that's all there.
You can go check that really quick. I'm gonna go check my father's room.
Okay.
Lalia will
Damn.
go with Bink, and Calliope will go with Xanthazar.
So we'll grab Bink first as you run upstairs to kind of the master chambers. You once again see no trace of anybody else in the house. I would say you even go as far as to check the attic storage, and nobody shows up. I think this is the master room.
Yeah, I'll just start checking the room.
So you kind of take your time, scour through these areas. You don't see anything. Nothing really like intentionally left behind. Like there's no notes, no nothing like that. You see that everything is where it should be. The clothes are still here. The possessions, none of the jewelry boxes or furniture, or nothing's missing necessarily, just the people. And Zan, as you traverse down into the basement,
I don't think Zan has any idea where he's going. Because last time we were here, he went to search around the house and got kicked out pretty efficiently by
Yeah.
the servant.
So as you try to find the entrance to the basement,
Where are we going?
I don't know.
What?
I've only been in here once, and they kicked me out really quick after it.
What'd you do?
I was trying to look around the house, and they didn't like that very much.
You think this house has secrets?
I would assume so.
Maybe it has.
I
dead
mean, they're
bodies.
rich. Maybe it has what?
Dead bodies.
Maybe. You were a lot of help in that fight.
Oh yeah. I learned that trick a little while ago. I haven't gotten to use it yet.
Hmm.
I never imagined I'd be using it on chickens.
Never imagined there'd be a chicken from hell.
No, I imagined that.
Okay.
So we're looking
Ah.
for like a vault or something?
I think so.
I think with Callie keeping an eye out as well, you could eventually find the one staircase that goes down and not up.
This seems promising.
And making your way down here, why don't you guys give me an investigation check?
Okay.
Gladly.
19.
13.
Callie, you don't pick up on it quite as much, but there's definitely like an era or an air of like something strange down here. You start to just kind of see things, Callie, and you see like empty shelves and just kind of like blank storage area. But I'd say you'd probably be the first one to catch the glint of gold, as you do find the treasury that is still plumb full of gold and platinum coins. But Zan, since you've at least been told about this area before and you're able to make some connections, you know that this area down here was once a research facility when these gnomes were being forced to make, or had been coerced into making, or trying to make or recreate a ruin stone for Lord Cryo. And you see that all of that laboratory and all of that equipment is missing. You see the room that contained a bunch of books on the works that they have done is empty. The experimentation room is barren. There doesn't seem to be anything down here except for the treasury of gold and platinum coins.
So, but they used the chamber down here to make ruins, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were using the chamber for, was to try and make ruin stones.
And so it would, in theory, the magic essence would be like burning incense, right? So from the smell of the place, could I maybe tell how long ago that the stuff had been taken?
I'd say with your investigation, it seems like it's been a while. You're not really smelling magical concoctions or magical residue or things that would have been left behind. So you imagine it's probably been maybe a couple months even, or more. And you kind of piece that together with the rotting food upstairs, and you're starting to get the feeling that it's been a few months.
There's been no signs of struggle or anything throughout the town and down here.
No, it doesn't seem like anything has been destroyed or tossed aside or anything of that nature, no.
So, most likely, they were mind controlled or coerced again into leaving this place willingly or non-violent.
Seems to be what you're coming up with so far.
Huh?
I will say, given that it's been a little bit of time now, if Bink and Lalia could give me an investigation check.
Ugh.
Alrighty.
Lolly is still stuck on the stairs.
27.
Wow. Go big.
My eyes are peeled. I'm like, what the hell happened here?
So Lalia, you're a little preoccupied, doing your best to keep up with Bink, who's just running up and down the stairs and tossing and turning things in rooms. Bink, being in your parents' bedroom, you do eventually come across something that is unique. You see a folded up note that is tucked just barely visible underneath one of the pillows on your father's bed.
What's underneath his bed?
You see like the corner of a note or an envelope.
Okay. I'm gonna go pick it up.
Cool. As you pull it out, you see that it is addressed to you.
I start reading it.
As you open it, this letter seems to come from both your father and your mother, saying, Bink, if you find this, which we're fairly certain you will, if you come looking for
Ignore
us.
that roll. Sorry.
That's fine. If you come looking for us and haven't found us already. We were approached by servants of Tiamat to try and be enlisted into creating a ruin stone now that they had the recipe. We denied and were told that we would suffer great consequences. The morning after, we were approached by an emissary titling themselves as Ebd, wishing to find a way to counteract the gods' creations and find a way to stop the effects of the ruin stone. And we've agreed to help them and have thus relocated to an area underneath of Neverwinter. Hopefully this was a wise decision in trying to stop the plans of Tiamat, as it seems the Sword Coast is disappearing quickly. So we have relocated everyone there for the time being. Should you wish to seek us out, I think you know where we'll be. All the best, Mom and Dad.
Bink is like, okay, they're safe. For now.
That is
Hey,
good news.
Bink, all the rune stone stuff down here in the basement, everything to make it's gone.
Well, can you repeat that one more time? You cut out on my end.
Everything to make the rune stone down here in the basement is gone.
All of it?
All of it.
The books, the material, everything?
Yep.
Well, I found this note. It says they're in Neverwinter right now. Trying to counteract. But, I think they should be okay.
As I kind of just like showed them the letter and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anything, guess next we're off to Neverwinter. Did you find anything else down there, or it's been completely wiped?
All the gold's still here.
They left their gold?
Yeah, just a reminder, they rich.
Oh, geez, thanks, Bink. I had forgotten. How silly of me.
So we can, like, take whatever we want down here, yeah?
Okay, let's not say whatever we want. You can take a little bit, but not too much. We don't
Okay,
wanna-
you're the best.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Tyler's gonna kill me. I just lead them down to the vault.
Hey, Kelly. Bink said we could take a little.
Ooh. What's a little?
If we can get a rough estimate of how much a lot is, then I can say how much a little is, I guess.
What are we dealing with?
As you open some of the vault rooms, you can see that these rooms go down. Like, it's basically a door to a pit. And you can't tell how far down they go, so you're guesstimating there's maybe, there's a room of gold, there's a couple rooms full of gold coins and a couple rooms full of platinum coins, so you imagine there might be billions of each.
Oh my god.
More than you could fit in a bag of holding.
Goodness.
Imagine.
Okay, guys,
Whatever you
There's
can
a lot of-
carry.
not gonna lie, my parents only allowed me to one of the rooms. I did not know there was more than one.
Calliope, this is like her first experience around Bink's house, and so she's like, I thought I was spoiled. Like, oh, you're rich.
Reckon, I mean, just fill your vouchers up a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't look like it'll make a dent.
Bink, you also remember that your family has this much money because they don't use it to live.
Right.
Yep.
They just have it.
Nobody in this town uses money. They just get paid
No,
money
guys,
from
You know what,
selling their
guys?
stuff.
Just fill to your heart's content. Break it. We don't even use it.
In fact, it's probably more just like a resource to be turned into other stuff.
All right.
It's probably a material like wood and stone and metal is.
Oh my
Goodness.
god.
Well, where's the platinum section?
So how much can we fit in our vessel?
I think reasonably.
Reasonably, no, I'm
probably-
I'm not talking like filling it. I mean like in a reasonable amount type of fill, not like it takes up the whole entire space. We need to fit items and other stuff in there.
Yeah.
I would say reasonably maybe like 50 to 100,000 pieces.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do?
Because 100,000 pieces would probably fill a bag of holding.
Right.
Okay, so
think of
what
it
I'm
as like
gonna
a
do is
percentage.
I'm gonna so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump out the 10,000 gold in the gold area, and then I'm just, since I have 35,000 platinum, I'm just gonna gain 15,000 extra platinum, and just that's it, just
Okay.
15,000 platinum coin.
Cool. So
That
yeah,
works.
so if you think about it as a percentage, then half of your bag of holding is just platinum coins.
Wow.
Who knew I'd be dumping gold coins out and putting platinum coins in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you put 50,000, so it's 50% of your bag of holding. Is-
No, I know. I'm
Cool,
just
cool.
saying in general. Like, who knew I'd be giving gold coins
Oh,
for
yeah.
platinum
Yeah.
coins?
Right? I
Just
like this
no,
bank.
no. To hold more platinum, just tossing out 10,000, casually tossing out 10,000 gold coins.
Are there any interesting looking things in here? Like, are there gems in addition to the gold? Or like a tiara?
I would say, given the circumstances, anything that wasn't gold or platinum, there are other rooms that have been emptied.
Gotcha.
So you see some remnants, like maybe a couple diamonds and maybe like a few rubies and little pieces of jewelry left in some of those rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But you gather that those are probably more commonly used for spell casting and
Right.
creating magical items.
Shoot. Well, Calliope will pick up whatever little tiny chunks of gems she can.
You can add a handful of diamonds and rubies and probably some sapphires.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an opal or two, all the useful ones.
Yep.
So, you think they're okay in the bottom of Neverwinter, huh?
I look at the note again to like double check the notes just to make sure like they're okay and there's no like hidden message in it or something.
Not from what you can tell. It seems like they willingly went here to try and do what they believe is helping.
It seems like they're okay.
I'm
I
just
hope.
saying, we were in the bottom of Neverwinter, and we know who rules down there, don't we?
I know. That's why we're going to go check on them.
Okay.
Well, what do we do about the goblins? And Aralani.
I don't know. What do you want to do about Aralani? Aiden. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
He's been so quiet.
Not sure.
Probably say something along the lines of, well, I don't know that there's much that we could accomplish there other than checking to make sure that it isn't utter chaos. So Bink thinks his parents are safe. I wouldn't mind stopping to make sure it isn't in ruins, but I don't feel necessarily pulled either way.
You've become so amicable here in recent weeks, Aiden.
He just sighs.
I think we should at least get the goblins home. We should also probably make sure Gastir is even okay. We aren't just sending them into some kind of death trap. But then maybe we turn towards Neverwinter. If I remember correctly, they're not entirely not on the way to each other.
Big smile goes across Zan's face, thinking about it now. And he's just looking at Lalia with a smirk. You want to go coerce Gastir to help us fight Kathoth?
Oh, you know what? That's a really good idea. And I hadn't been thinking about that, but yeah. But we're
The
not bringing
Dragonborns are
Droopy.
killing people again.
Oh no.
I agree. Let's go do that. That'd be fun.
Alright. Good. I'm glad I thought of that idea too. I'm the best at the ideas.
Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe oh, what's his face? Little goblin boy got taken by Kathoth too. And he wants to go save him again.
Are you talking about Droopy?
Yeah.
Little goblin boy? You better be glad he did not hear you say that.
Oh, you think it would irritate him?
I don't know. Depends on how much alcohol he's had.
Hmm. Alright, well. I guess we better go get our ship then. Or our goblins too.
Or hopefully still with the ship.
Still really think it would have been fun to see the goblins versus the chicken.
Yeah, we would be versing hundreds, maybe thousands of chickens by now.
So you guys make your way back out towards your ship of goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. As you do so, making your way back through the town, which is still silent, no sign of any really living individuals, and you begin to make your way back through the apple orchard, you start to hear the sounds of goblins working. You hear shouting and grunting and yelling. And as you get there, you see that your ship has now been outfitted with a trailer. And on that trailer is like 8 apple trees that have been planted and manicured.
Oh, nice.
And you see that a bunch of the goblins are stuffing their faces with apples. You can see the trees in the recent, or in the, like, probably within like a 50-foot radius of your ship have all been pruned and upkept and are looking really nice and have been picked clean. And you can see a couple spots where those trees were uprooted to be put into the traveling garden that is now attached to the back of your ship. As you approach, Charles kind of sees you and says, "Oh, hello, friends! We made the moving garden. We have some food on the road. Hope that's okay."
That's impressive.
Should be fine.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Well, that's pretty cool. Also, we made some friends. Is that okay?
What kind of
What kind of friend? Yeah.
So, you guys brought these, like, 250 goblins, right? They're, like, dust goblins, so they're kind of tan. He points over to a little group of green goblins. So they got about 50 or 60 of them. I guess they got lost on their way to Fandolin.
Oh, dear.
So they're already headed the same way.
Perfect.
And here I thought they were going to be chickens.
What? Why would we bring chickens? We're supposed to eat those.
No reason.
Oh, okay. Well, is it cool if they come along?
Sure.
Okay, cool. We already thought you'd say yes, so we made your ship a little bit bigger.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not 100% sure if the trailer comes attached or not, so we're just gonna hope that it gets folded up when you fold up the thing and that it doesn't kill the trees.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
But I guess it'll be an experiment.
Yeah, or we can just chop off the trailer when we're done with it. And he looks over at you, Bink. He's like, I know that this is kind of like your place. Is it alright if we're taking a couple of these trees with us?
How many?
Like 6 of them.
I just look at the whole entire field and I'm like,
Yeah, sure.
Bink, you would also know that these trees will regrow within a day if they're taken up or die.
Wow.
oh, okay.
Oh, Pink, weren't you going to get some magic beans last time you were here?
Oh, yeah.
I just like literally just look at the ground, just scoop max amount of beans into my bag of beans,
Yep. You can fill
which
it
I'm
back
pretty
up
sure
to
is
max.
25.
Yep. You can top it back off to 25.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
Mhm.
Yes, thanks, Xandadar.
That's what I do.
Oh my god.
Well, let's get in the ship.
Well, hold on a second. And you see Charles gets up and just starts kind of like pushing goblins and like smooshing them back. Says, alright, I think there's enough room for you now. And he kind of shouts over the side, you guys are gonna have to ride in the trailer. You just hear a shouting response of, ah! And then, wait, that's where the apples are. Yay!
Oh my god.
So you climb aboard your ship full of 350
I like
some odd
mini
goblins.
orbs at work.
Lalia tries to find Jennifer.
Jennifer is like sitting on top of the mast,
Okay.
like in the crow's
Yeah.
nest, and you can see her like every now and then kicks a goblin out, like get out. She looks down
Oh my
and she
god.
we're at like almost 400 of these things now. Is Gossier gonna have this much space?
He better.
That poor town.
I mean, if he doesn't, you can just delete a few.
Just delete a few.
Yeah, probably.
I want to see Chris put these all on a map for us
Okay.
I want to see these 300 plus goblins.
before next game. Please give us.
Goblins conglomerate, man.
Uh-huh.
And they make friends with each other very quickly. Alright. So you guys pack up and begin to head off towards Fandolin and then possibly Aralani or Neverwinter, but it'll take you about a day or so to make your way to Fandolin. So we'll go ahead and say that you rested here before taking off, because you got here pretty late to begin with, so you can hit that long rest one more time, and then you guys will spend the better part of the next day making your way towards Fandolin. We'll say that you do not come across anything significant in the road. There's no bandits, nothing really untoward or out of the usual. You pass a little bit north of Lelion as you make your way there. As you arrive towards Fandolin, you do see this bustling mining town. Still seems to have quite a few people. There's a nice solid stone wall around the outside and a very large oversized castle that casts a shadow over most of the town, sitting in a field way back behind. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Okay.
Yeah, and that next time will be
Maybe next week?
week?
Hopefully next week, yeah.
Yes, next week, unless people have a bunch of holiday plans. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.